I was wondering, can you whistle? Well, it could be a good way for us to quickly communicate. Look, I found this book. It made interesting reading. Maybe you should give it a look over. Anyway, what did you want to talk about? You have my full attention. My brother and I never knew our real parents. We were found abandoned in a smelly shack by a soldier on his way to battle. We melted his heart with our fuzzy little faces, and he carried us to the nearest town. He deposited us at an orphanage, and that is where we spent most of our childhood. My brother and I were adopted by a couple of retired assassins. I guess the orphanage did not do a family background check. Mine was perhaps a little more unconventional than most, but I suppose all childhoods are interesting to some degree. My parents provided me with love and encouragement. Apart from the nightly training sessions, we were a normal family. I was bullied by the other Khajiit children because of my unusual color and markings. My mother showed me a handy trick with a rock and a glove. I was never bothered again. Yes, bullies should not be tolerated. They soon learned that being different is not a weakness. My father showed my brother and I how to use a sword. My mother taught us the bow. Happy childhood memories. I grew up in Riverhold, not far from Citadel. My brother and I headed for the Imperial City to find our fortune when we came of age. I found love, for a time at least. My brother found death. I will come to that soon. There is a little more to hear first. Well, now that I think about it, maybe it was not love. It was brief and, as it turned out, one-sided. Anyway, all that happened later. My mother and father are both gone. They died protecting a trading caravan a few years back. I guess I am an orphan again. That means a great deal. Thank you. I suppose they were a bit of an odd couple, being an Argonian and a Khajiit, but they adored each other, and us. Despite their previous profession, they were good people. My brother and I found much work as sellswords. We never made it to the Imperial City, but we made a lot of coin. A bit of giant killing here, a bit of witch slaying there. We took gold when it was offered, but sometimes we worked for nothing. It is hard to deny those in need, whether they have coin or not. We made more than enough from those who could pay anyway. All over Citadel, from the Gold Coast to the Gerald Mountains. It is a wonderful land, but quite tame compared to Skyrim. Those were happy times, traveling or working during the day, camping out under the stars at night. Life was good. I awoke one morning to a lot of noise outside our tent. My brother staggered in, bleeding, and pushed our father's sword into my hand. He said that if I loved him, I would run. He used the last of his strength to rip out the back of the tent and push me down the slope beyond. Some Khajiit-hating locals had blamed us for a spate of robberies in the area and had decided to take the matter into their own hands. 12 of them had snuck up on us in the night. My brother died, but I live because of him. Yes, that morning I lost all that was dear to me. Unfortunately, I also uncovered a side of myself I never knew existed. His name was Fergus. I miss him very much, but part of me is glad he did not witness what became of me after his passing. Maybe you are right. It is a nice thought, but I suppose I will never know. Every day, my friend. Every day. I was recruited by a group of bandits a few years ago. That is when I discovered skooma. It was the beginning of a lot of nastiness. I was with a bandit girl for a while. Turns out she was using me. She wanted protection, not affection. As soon as she found someone more psychopathic, I was dropped like a sack of troll dung. I thought I did. We dulled each other's pain somewhat. She seemed like the only bright thing in a very dark place. Regrettably, she was a vicious, manipulative harpy. I left the bandits and took the only ally I had with me. He was also an addict, but we thought we had it under control. His name was Felix. He was a big fellow, good in his scrap. We became mercenaries together. After a few months, Felix and I had made a little gold, but our addiction to skooma was getting in the way. No one trusts an addict, my friend, especially not another addict. From time to time my body does, but my mind is made up. I am never touching this stuff again. It helped me smother some painful memories, but it took my sense and reason as payment. It was not a fair trade. There is not much to tell. He never spoke about his past, but it was clear he had also been through a great deal before becoming a bandit. That life did not seem to suit him. He had been an educated man at some point, I am sure of it. He was violent, but he had retained some dim vestige of honor. I wish we had met under different circumstances. One day, Felix burst into my chamber. Instinct took over and I reacted. His murder was my second to last step on the road of dishonor. Trying to kill you was my last. My journal tells the rest. Read it if you want. I do not enjoy speaking of these things. That is my story. Not a happy one, but maybe the happy stuff is still to come. Back to business.
That was rather inappropriate. Well done. When people think of wood elves, they usually think of trees, but not me. I'm a little too embarrassed to say what comes to mind.
My friend, I feel strange. My mind is vibrating in my skull. It feels like it is at the end of a hook. I do not know. Wait, the sensation is receding. That was horrible. I'm okay. I have no idea what it was. All of a sudden there was a bright flash, and it felt like my mind was being pulled out of my ears. Do not worry about me, my friend. Let us get back to it. It is happening again. My mind is vibrating. It feels like it is on the end of a rope. Wait, I see something. A cabin? Trees? A face? It is fading. It is under the rug. Thank the gods. It is weakening. Oh. It is over. Ow. I I saw brief flashes of a cabin in the snow. It was surrounded by trees. What is happening to me? Yes, something small and shiny. A coin? A ring? No, I cannot remember. I think my brain is broken. No, but something about the landscape was familiar. I wish I could remember where I have seen it before. A man, perhaps? A bearded man. I did not recognize him. The flashes were very fast and confusing. Okay, if it does happen again and my brain tries to escape through my nose, push it back in, please. They say some folk can turn into beasts. I think someone like that would be a good ally.
They say the most innocent of things, and
know?
they all get the wrong idea. I suppose you're a bit like that as well.
My friend, my mind is being tugged again. It is very strong this time. I see wooden posts upright in the snow. A tower. I recognize the tower. I see the cabin again. The door is locked tight. It is receding. It is over. For now. My head is pounding. Ow. I agree. I think I know where to start. I saw a ruined tower in the snow. I think I camped there once long ago. The tower is a short hike from Dawnstar. It is called Snow Point Beacon. It is nothing special from what I remember, but I think it is close to the source of these embarrassing episodes. I understand if we are too busy, but what do you say? Shall we go? Thank you, my friend. I will mark Snow Point Beacon on your trusty map. Let us go.
I'm not really surprised this place has given people nightmares. If I had to live here, I would also be a little bit traumatized. It's not the worst place though, but it's not exactly the best either.
Not again! Stay where you are, brain! Stay where you are! Ow! Ugh!
Do you like to dance? I've heard that there's this dance called the horizontal dance. I think we should try it. Unfortunately, I've never seen anyone do it before.
I hope my mind vibrations are not leading us into a trap, my friend. Ow! We are getting close to the source of my mind problem.
Now ain't this a surprise? You picked a bad...
Careful! You wouldn't want to hurt my pretty face.
Okay, this is Snowpoint Beacon. Next we need to find the wooden posts I saw. They must be close. In my vision, the posts were worn and weather-beaten. According to my nose, all the wood here seems to have been cut fairly recently. I can also smell stone, and ice, and you, and... Wait, I can smell old timber. This way, my friend. The source of my mind vibrations is east of here. I am sure of it. The cabin must be nearby. These are the posts from my vision. Come on, let's follow them. No, but we are on the right path. I am glad you are by my side. Let us push on. More mind vibrations. The source is at the top of these steps. I can feel it.
Why must there always be incest inside temples? It really does make me feel a little sick. Did I say
Yes?
incest?
Huh?
I meant incest. My nose.
Thank the gods. I am not crazy. There it is. The cabin I saw. My friend, I bet you 100 septims the door is locked tight. I think I have a solution though. During one of my painful episodes I said, "It is under the rug." Remember? Give me a moment.
Yes? I'll be here. Unless I find someone better to stalk.
Back home, my mother used to keep a spare in the same place. Why don't you do the honors? My hands are uncharacteristically shaky for some reason. Okay, let us see what is inside. Is that a picture of me? What is this place? Let us look around.
Oh my, you're here. I was beginning to lose hope. What? The College of Winterhold? What a bunch of jumped-up show-offs. No, not you, you bloody barbarian. Him! Get out of the way! Inigo? Is it really you? Or am I dreaming?
That is my name, and let me tell you this. If you insult my friend again, I will be forced to harm you. Do we have an understanding?
My apologies. I am often too terse for my own good. I mean nothing by it, I assure you.
Okay. My friend here is a fantastic adventurer, unsurpassed in many areas. She deserves your respect.
I see. Well, I'm sure you make quite the team, Inigo, but it's you who I've been seeking all these years. I'm so glad you're still alive.
Who are you? Why have you been seeking me?
My name is Langley. Langley Longseer to some. Dear boy, I have much to tell you. How did you find me?
I started to get brief, painful visions a while ago. They showed me flashes of this place. And you. I also felt a nasty tugging sensation.
Ha! The spell works. Not quite as was intended, but it got you here in the end. I was about ready to string that conjuration mage up by his toes.
You summoned me? I have to tell you, your spell needs work.
I've been trying to locate you for quite some time. I even traveled to Riverhold. I found your parents shortly after they died, gods rest their souls. Oh dear, you do know about that, don't you?
They were killed protecting a trading caravan. I heard. You were there?
Yes. I am so sorry for your loss. For all your losses. In a way, I've been traveling with you. Just a step behind.
Did my mother and father die well?
They met their end with dignity. I was the one who found them, and I made sure they had a fine burial. They died holding hands.
Why were you there? Were you looking for me even then?
I had hoped they could lead me to you. I continued to track you for years. Then the trail went cold, after I found your brother.
You found Fergus? How? Have you always been hiding in my past, haunting every step I take? Why? I do not know you. What do you want from me?
I have come to know you very well. I am your friend, Inigo. Perhaps the greatest friend you have. We are destined to work together.
I already have the only friend I need.
You don't understand. There's a great evil coming. I don't know when exactly, but it is close. I've seen it in my dreams. You are there too. You are the champion destined to destroy the Doomstrider.
What are you talking about? The Doomstrider?
Yes, the very avatar of destruction and death. The demon that has plagued my dreams for decades.
I need to sit down.
Take a seat, rest, and I'll tell you all I know. I've been keeping a note of everything.
I am sorry, my friend. I need a moment. My legs are a little wobbly all of a sudden.
Go and sit down. It is a lot to take in, I know. Make no mistake, Inigo. You are safe here. You both are. Inigo and I have much to discuss. I don't wish to be rude, but perhaps it's best if you leave us to it for a bit. In fact, if you could do something for me, I'd be most grateful. Eggs. Glad to be of use, eh? Good. I need snow thrush eggs. 6 should do the trick. They often boost my visions, allowing me to see further into the future. If Inigo is here, then maybe the Doomstrider is finally preparing to strike. We must be ready. There are at least 8 nests outside my home. You shouldn't need to go very far. I hope you don't mind heights. They are usually rather elevated. Come back to me when you have 6 eggs, no fewer. Find 8, and I'll give you something precious for your trouble. I don't know. Maybe in time we'll find out together. Go on, go and get those eggs and let Inigo and I talk a while. Remember to search up high, and try not to do yourself a mischief. Well done, you got the eggs. Very good. Your prize? Oh, yes. Here you go. Take my thanks and my gratitude. Very precious commodities indeed. What? I didn't need eggs. I just needed you out of the house for a bit so we could talk. Keep them. Turn them into an omelette for all I care. Anyway, Inigo and I have had a bit of a chat, and he's persuaded me that you can be trusted. It seems we three are in this together. I've given him my notes, and I'm sure he'll let you read through everything. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Maybe you should talk to Inigo first, though.
Good job getting those eggs, my friend. This Langley fellow may be a bit rude and gruff, but he's on our side. He gave me these. He found my father's journal, can you believe it? He also gave me 2 books he's written about his search for me. They contain a lot of information about how important I am. They are very good books, but also sad. Apparently, I have my own prophecy. If you want to hear more about it, I'll tell you what I know. Langley says we are going to save the world. That is, of course, unless you think we have something better to do. It is still a little tender. Oh, that reminds me. You should ask Langley about the summon spell that has been causing my mind vibrations. He has a spare copy. Maybe he will let you give it a go. My mind is not keen on the idea, but I think a spell like that could be useful, my friend. I will tell you what I know. Okay, the Inigo prophecy. Somewhere out there in the world, there is a very nasty being gathering its strength. If left unchecked, it will grow until its evil influence burns away all that is good in this world. It has appeared in Langley's dreams for many years, often as a gigantic figure striding through the land, leaving nothing but pain, anguish, and death in its wake. He calls it the Doomstrider. In the same dream, he sometimes sees a handsome blue Khajiit defeat the menace with his help. He calls this fellow the Champion. That is me, my friend. Much of Langley's prophecy is hazy, and he says that sometimes his dreams show more than one possible outcome. But now he and I have finally met, he believes we stand a good chance of preventing much suffering. He is interesting. Langley has dreams that often come true. He usually foresees the beginning, the middle, or the end of a future event, but never all three. So he may know that a man at the market will get into a fight, but he won't know why. Or he will see a dead man at the market, but not know how he died. To make matters worse, he sometimes sees 2 or more possible endings. Until we met, he couldn't be sure that we ever would. He is understandably relieved. Ever since I appeared in his dreams, he has been looking for me. All he knew in the beginning was that the champion was Khajiit, avoided death at an early age, and had blue fur. He finally heard about a remote village among the shifting sands of elsewhere that ritualistically sacrifices any child born among their number whose fur is blue. He deduced that the champion was likely a blue child from this village that somehow escaped their fate. He set off in search of the village, but on the way he found Riverhold and heard about me. This was a few years after Fergus and I left to find our fortune though, so he began tracking us. Along the way he heard tales about my brother and I. He even collected mementos from our endeavors. You can see a few of them over there on those shelves by the chest. After finding Fergus lying among the remains of our camp, he lost track of me. The years went by, and he grew weary. He eventually returned here and employed a group of adventurers to continue the search for me and to look for any signs of the Doomstrider. He also paid a conjuration mage to concoct a summon Inigo spell. My mind vibrations were the result of him trying unsuccessfully to use the spell.
Observation. Alchemy is easy, but dangerous. Yes. If you must. It's rubbish. Tosh. Hardly works at all. All it seems to do is give poor Inigo vague directions to the summoner, and a headache. I followed the instructions dutifully. There's no reason it shouldn't work. No one knows Inigo better than I do. The conjuration mage who created the spell told me that as long as I was Inigo's true friend, I should be able to get it to work. It's clearly broken. I'm the greatest ally Inigo has. Oh, I'm sure you know him a little, but I've been studying him for decades. No, if the spell doesn't work for me, it won't work for anyone. Isn't that right, Inigo?
I think you should let her try it.
Exactly. What? Why?
Langley, I am sure we are great allies in the making, but my friend here and I have a more immediate bond.
What do you mean? Oh, I didn't realize you were an item.
Not that kind of bond. We have traveled together. We have enjoyed sharing our views on many subjects. We have fought bravely side by side. I have placed my life in her hands. What I'm trying to say is, we are friends. Go on, hand over a copy of the spell. I am the only one who will suffer if it goes wrong.
I see. I won't argue with you, even though it's a waste of time. I will do as you ask.
Thank you. What is the worst that can happen?
You don't want to know. If we're going to do this, we must be scientific. Inigo, you stay here, and your friend and I will go outside. Once we're on the path, I'll give you the spell, and you can try unsuccessfully to teleport Inigo to us. Stare vacantly if you understand.
Good luck, my friend. I will wait and brace myself.
Okay, you can quit the vacant gazing routine now. Come on. We should head outside and get this over with. Right, let's get started. Here is the spell. I had to pry it open just to read half the incantations. I doubt you'll have better luck. Inconceivable! Just you wait, I bet your hands explode when you cast it. What? How did you do that?
Whoa! It worked! I am outside!
I don't know what to say.
Let us test its range. Try to place me farther away. Do it again.
I'm all ears. Well, not literally, of course.
My friend, that was wonderful! Did you see? One moment I was inside, casually not tasting Langley's cooking, then whoosh! I saw your face, and I was out here! It was amazing! It feels good. No mind vibrations at all. It is like a brief warm embrace, followed by a pleasant floaty sensation. There is something else. When you summoned me, I felt like I had a choice. That I could choose not to go if I didn't want to. This is a fantastic tool, my friend. I knew you could do it. You are outstanding.
Observation. The subject seems to be physically unaffected by the spell. He is, however, exhibiting poor character judgment.
You are a funny fellow, Langley. Poor character judgment, my tail. My friend here did a fantastic job getting the spell to work.
Note, the subject is clearly delusional.
The subject does not sound nearly as good as the champion. Did I offend you in some way? I hope not. Without you, we never would have gained such a wonderful spell. I hope you know we are grateful for all you have done.
It's not you, Inigo. It's her. The spell shouldn't work with just anyone. It was supposed to form a link between us. This idiot broke it.
I think that maybe the spell works because of the link my friend and I already share. You should not take it personally. We three are a team now. We need each other and should not be fighting amongst ourselves.
You and I are a team? All this moron can do is collect eggs. How useful is that going to be when we take on the Doomstrider?
That is only one of my friend's many talents. Trust me, you could not wish for a more worthy ally.
We shall see. I hope you're right. I'm getting cold. I think I'll head inside. Feel free to make yourself at home and stay as long as you like. When you leave, I'll be sure to contact you with my lesser version of the spell if I hear anything new.
Thank you, Langley. I am glad we finally met.
I am too. I can see you're every bit the champion this world needs. I'll see you soon. I'm sorry if I spoke out of turn earlier. I'm sure you don't mean to be annoying. It was just an observation. There's no need to get upset. Look, I'm sorry I called you an idiot. Happy? I'm going to have to be more polite. Who do you think you are? Just accept my apology and we'll leave it there, really. I will admit no such thing. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry I'm not as perfect as you. I'm sorry I'm passionate. I'm sorry if that upsets you. Okay? Yes, I agree. Please don't take anything I say to heart. I know I can be insufferable at times. Right. Goodbye for now.
I am glad you are giving Langley a chance, my friend. I believe he means well, even if he is not very good at showing it. I do not blame you. He is quite a character. But accepting his apology helped smooth things over, I think. Anyway, we solved the mystery of my vibrating brain, and you got a powerful new spell. A spell they do not teach at any college, I'll wager. I am still trying to digest everything Langley told me. There is a lot to sort through. For now, we get on with our lives until he contacts us again. I have a feeling we are at the beginning of a fantastic adventure, my friend. If you do not mind, when we have a moment, I would like to discuss something with you. Remind me next time we are seated somewhere safe. Langley's house would be a bad idea, though. What I want to discuss concerns him. Any peaceful area with a place for us both to sit will do. An inn or a home would be preferable, but as long as we are not in danger, I really do not mind where we talk. Good. It is not a pressing issue, just something I would like to hear your opinion on. Okay then.
Yeah? Oh, thank goodness it's you. I thought you were a stalker. No offense.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Take a seat by the fire and I'll send some.
You want a drink? Now please, no more questions.
What is on your mind? The Bannered Mare is nicer than most of its patrons. A family feud divides this town. Okay, let us get back to it. Uh-huh. Of course, what do you want to know? Good idea. You should take a break too. You deserve it. Yes, my friend. If you want to have a chat, maybe we should take a seat. My tongue wags more when I am not using my legs. You know where I am. Do not forget about me, please.
But then he went quiet, did Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said,
My friend, do you mind if I ask you something? Okay. Langley is a very interesting man. He knows a lot about me, and there is a great deal of evidence that his visions usually come to pass. All that said, we have only just met him. In your heart of hearts, do you think we can trust him?
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors, the Imperial.
I feel the same way. He has many flaws, but who doesn't? Even though we have just met, he has been a part of my life for years. He is a good man. Hearing your opinion has eased my mind. Thank you, my friend. There is something else I am compelled to mention. When you were outside getting those eggs, I told Langley about how you spared my life and my debt to you. He questioned my memory. He said my mind has been through a lot with this skooma, the grief, and the endless battles and so on. He suggested that maybe you are not the person I remember.
But this land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean.
I know, that is what I told him. You are my friend to the end. Langley may know a lot, but he does not know everything. He is just jealous of our friendship. Pay it no mind. Anyway, that is all I wanted to say. Let us talk of other things.
Once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, who came riding to Whiterun from old Warwickstead.
Yes, I have never been very good though. I enjoy writing songs, but sometimes it is more fun just making up words as I go along. Improvisation keeps the mind sharp and boredom at bay. Maybe, but nothing too serious. I would rather save my proper songs for the Bard's College. For now, anyway. Well, I know it is silly, but my songs are special to me. I would rather perform them in a special place. However, if you just want me to improvise something while we are traveling, maybe I can help you out. We will see. You lead, I follow.